Hello, that was my obligatory smile segment for Facebook, so they get a halfway decent picture. It is Monday, welcome, and this is the Xander Gibb Show. We are in pre-production mode, and we are live streaming to the internation, not just to the nation, you see. We go out internationally, and we're just sharing the pages to various places. Oh, yes, sorry. We'll be sharing the YouTube link because I know some of you like to watch us on the big screen. Terribly humid again today here tonight. Just for a change. But will I take it over the cold? Hell yeah. Hell to the power of yeah. Just getting some information. Not just information, you see. Sounds like there's a problem with the audio. Hell to the power of yeah. Let me see. Getting some information. Hoping this sorts itself out, or I'll have to restart. I'm just sharing to various places. Don't know what is going on here, but we will get there. All these hooker accounts following me on Instagram, it's kind of worrying. And they're all girls. Hi, Xander. Go away. Just hoping that nasty sound will go away, whatever it is. You're just sharing to all the various channels. And streams. Sharing to the streams. Oh, yes, we are. We will be getting there very soon. Why can't I find the hashtag? That is weird. It's going to be a good night tonight. I can see. I can't find the hashtag. And there we go. It is all good. We are getting there. But where? I do not know. What the hell is going on with this? We are. I don't know who Olive is. Said, we are Olive. Who is Olive? We are live for the Xander Gibb Show. Let's share the YouTube link on Facebook. Just want to make sure our audio problem has sorted itself out. 1, 2, 3, 4. YouTube link because I know some of you. Can you Facebook? Can you guys let me know if you're getting any problems with the audio your end? Those that are in the live feed, please. Hi, Carla. Hi, Maria. Hi, my Gina. Can you tell me if you're... Oh, there is static. Do you know, I'm going to close down the stream, and I will be right back. I don't know what else to do. Yeah, so I'm going to restart the stream, and I will be right back. visible. We will be back. Fear not. Hi there, we're back. Hopefully we're static free. I'm just gonna check and share the links again. It is hopefully fixed now. Let's just see. Hopefully we're static free. It's doing it again. I don't understand what's doing it. It is. Ah, gosh. All right, we're gonna try one more time. Hi guys, I'm gonna give this one more go and see if this is working now. Can't work out what the problem is, but hopefully we will be able to get it sorted out. Here we go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's doing it again. I don't understand what's doing it. Not sure if that's even. That says it's from. Here we go. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Please, Lord. Sorted out. Yes. We are sorted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we are live. We just had some technical problems there. I think I worked out what it was. I will reshare the link so everyone knows where we're at. Great, thanks guys. I just need 1 second to share. Okay, so we are live. Here we go. This is the problem of broadcasting live. I'm just going to reshare the links and then we will get going for tonight's edition of the Xander Gibb Show. Let me see if I can just edit that and reshare that link. Apologies for the audio issues. I'm just sharing this again so people know where we are. The frustrations of broadcasting live. I'm lost now. Sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to share to Facebook, and then we will go live on all the other channels. The joys of live television. Here we go. Let's get to the right page and click share. Don't forget to click that share button, guys. We are here we go. I'm just sharing to all the groups. I'm glad that we got this sorted. We got it under control because you know what, guys? God is in control. No matter how Satan tries to jump in and interfere, God's like, I got this. I got you. I got you, Xander, because we're safe and sorted in the hollow of his hand. Oh, yes, sir. Don't forget our drinking game tonight. Every time we talk about Goats Lives Matter, or we say, or I say even the phrase, oh, yes, sir, because apparently I say it quite often. You can take a sip of whatever is your tipple, whether that be vodka, whiskey, gin, you name it, whatever it might be, you can take a little tipple of that just sharing to the final few groups here, and we're nearly there. We'll be getting started any minute. So stressful when the broadcast is problematic. Here we go, nearly there. And we are there. So we are going live with the opening titles. Oh, praise be. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It has been good to me this time around. Things were bound to change when it was found. Sugar never tasted sweeter on my lips. My heart is now intact, and I can find no rest. This is love, yeah, love. Never known true love before. Seen so many counterfeits that left me on the floor. This is love, yeah, love. All will come to those who wait. Time it cannot know the bounds, and eras don't dictate.
Hello, and welcome to today's edition of the Xander Gibb Show, the talk show that really does get you talking on the Xanderium Network, live from an undisclosed location. Whew. Bringing you the best in Patriot broadcasting 5 nights a week. I'm Xander Gibb, and on tonight's show, I get on my soapbox, give you the chance to get on yours too, and I'll phone in. I'll be breaking down and analyzing the real news and giving you the chance to comment on it. And in part 2, we break down today's hottest topics with Peter Boykin from Go Right News. You can have your say in the feed below, and as usual, I will be sharing your comments as we go. You can follow me on social media and check me out at xandergibb.com. Still banned from Twitter or suspended. But there you go. That is Twitter for you. I'm going to come to the live feed now and say hello to everybody. Absolutely everybody therein. We're going backwards. Thank you, Carla. Welcome to the show. Glad it's working now. I just got a new light, and I have a feeling because I was using it on the same strip, the same power strip that it was doing that. Hello to Maria. Hello to my buddy Chet. Welcome to the show. Yeah, it was very weird. Hello to my Gina. Hello to, who else is in the feed? Hello to Maria. I think I just said hello to Maria. Hello to Maria again. Yes, get thee behind me, Satan. He does come in many forms, even in the form of electrical problems in the strip light. Yes, Chet. Oh, yes, Serene, my buddy. It's probably the Clintons, yeah, because I reckon it was them that messed with my brakes. Hello to Janie. Welcome to the show. Yes, the world is stressful today. All having a stressful time. I'm going to jump right into the Xander's news of the day so we can get caught up a little bit time-wise and then take some of your calls. So Chicago leaders call to abolish. I'm going to start that again. I can't even talk today. You might have understood that if you're all Japanese. So, Chicago's leaders are calling to abolish history classes until there's a suitable alternative. State Representative LaShawn Ford argues that the current program promotes white privilege and a racist society. What about ensuring stopping the black violence and killing on the street every weekend? I thought that would have been a bit more important than rewriting the history books. Yes, Serene. So a fight broke out on a KLM flight to Ibiza after 2 passengers refused to wear face masks. Both men were restrained with the help of other passengers and were later arrested by Spanish police on arrival in Ibiza. 2 unruly passengers refused to wear their face masks They were bothering their fellow passengers physically and verbally. A spokesperson for the airline said, the pilot informed the local authorities, and upon arrival, both were arrested. The flight safety was not compromised during the flight. The Instagram account, which first posted the video on Sunday morning, claimed one of the passengers involved was English and had been drinking vodka. Yeah, that will do it all the time. They refused to wear face masks. 2 arrests were made. Passengers were heard to shout, "Stop now, there are kids over here." Several of the people in the video also appeared not to be wearing face masks too. Masks are mandatory on all KLM flights at airports in the Netherlands as part of the country's coronavirus restrictions. How about if you're still shielding, folks? Stay the hell at home. I don't get this ideology where, and I don't mean this from a selfish perspective, if you have this many people that are shielding and this many that are not shielding, how about those that are shielding stay the hell at home? It's absolutely a fair comment to make, as far as I'm concerned. Leah Thompson agrees with Brad Garrett that Ellen DeGeneres is fostering a toxic working environment on the set of the Ellen DeGeneres show. Sorry, but if it comes from the top of the Ellen Show, Garrett, who starred on Everybody Loves Raymond, tweeted calling out the DeGeneres after several employees came out to describe the mistreatment behind the scenes. And DeGeneres offered an emotional apology, no more than the one who were treated horribly by her. Common knowledge, true story it is, Thompson said, whose credits include Back to the Future and Some Kind of Wonder, so responded on Friday. Now, DeGeneres or Ellen, the nasty bitch, you decide. I don't know, I suppose I'm a bit biased. I used to like Ellen, and then she just became very politicized. Hi to Mike, welcome to the live feed. So I suppose I'm a little bit biased on her. And finally, Labour MP, which is the equivalent of Liberals over here, Rosie Duffield, has become embroiled in a transphobia row sparked by a tweet about cervical cancer. Now, the controversy erupted after Canterbury MP commented on a tweet sharing the new American Cancer Society guidelines. The post said individuals with a cervix are now recommended to start cervical cancer screening at 25 and continue through to 65 with HPV testing every 5 years. But Ms. Duffield was flooded with complaints after she liked Piers Morgan's reply to the tweet, which read, "Do you mean women?" She then hit back at critics. "I'm a transphobe for knowing that only women have a cervix." On Saturday, she dismissed allegations that she was indeed transphobic, as she said this is just this week's tedious communist pylon. One user said, "I've also just submitted a complaint about her transphobic Twitter comment." So here we go, folks. The Liberals are eating themselves, if you'll pardon the pun. So someone has tweeted, I blame CNN for this, because CNN has said individuals should be getting this testing done, when we all know that it's genetic fact that only a woman has a cervix. Men do not have cervix. If you are born a man and become a woman, you might have created a vagina for yourself, but it does not make you genetically female. So now the Liberals are turning on the Liberals for actually stating fact. So there you go. I'm just reading in the live feed that Greg Allman died on Saturday. I know he'd been ill for some time. That is very sad. Our heart goes out to his family. So we have time. That was Xander's News of the Day. If you want to come and analyze the news or get on your soapbox about something that's pissing you off, maybe it's me, maybe it's the Liberals, maybe it is the fact that Liberals are unhappy about the fact that there are only 2 genders, but you can contact me to talk about that at xandergibb.com/contact. That's xandergibb.com/contact. Carla says, "I remember because I was working when I heard it." Hi to Christopher. Welcome to the live feed. We got time for a couple of calls. If you're in the USA, you can call us on 845-363-4747. And if you're calling from the UK, you can call us on 0208-133-5274. Call us now. The lines are open. I think it's kind of interesting. I spoke about this recently about the fact that Dr. Gerard Lamira has a theory that the Democrats will be gone, done as a party. I think he actually said by March of next year. But it's clear to me that it's probably going to happen a lot quicker than that. And I think the election is going to be one of the final nails in their coffin. And as I watch all of this unfold with what's his name, Joe, Sleepy Joe, creepy kind of pedophile, money laundering Joe Biden, I kind of think that surely Democrats have actually got to get to a point where they say, I can't support this BS anymore, or one would hope. But I think that ultimately, the way this is going to play out, the Democrats are actually going to start turning on Democrats as they have here in the UK. And you see how that ridiculous that was. I'm not going to disagree with someone just because they happen to be a Democrat. We have a first caller. I'm going to bring them on. Hello, welcome to the Xander Gibb Show. You are live. What's your name and where are you calling from, Chet?
Yes, indeed, it is me. I'm calling from the basement of Joe Biden. Still no word on his VP candidate, Xander.
Have you? You're not tied up in there by any chance, are you? He's not sniffing your hair.
Well, they want me fresh showered. He prefers Pert Plus. I think that's a really cheap shampoo for him to use. You would think, something like, what's the big one? Paul Mitchell. You'd think somebody with the money that Joe Biden has would get me some Paul Mitchell.
Exactly.
Not the Pert Plus in a 2-gallon jug that he got down at the Sam's Club,
Exactly. Not that we're knocking Sam's Club. But can I ask you, before you, because you've always got kind of a point to make, but before you go into your point, can I just ask you, everybody says that there's this divide totally between the left and the right, between Democrats and Republicans. But when a liberal member of parliament, a liberal politician makes a point like this, and she wasn't even being she wasn't even being transphobic by stating an actual fact that this really kind of just pertains to women, or actually she just really agreed with the fact that Piers Morgan was saying that, tests of this ilk only appear to women. Aren't the Democrats kind of eating themselves?
Yeah, but, they've been doing that for a long time. The thing is, it's amazing to see how many of the followers of Hussein and of Biden and of Hillary and the Democrat Party are just so far left. And I don't remember it ever being that way. What I mean is they'll attack anybody from thinking outside the box, and that's exactly what you're talking about right now. If you stray away from the plantation, which they like to use sometimes, they turn on you and they stick a knife in your back. And I think most people are starting to see that now. I think a lot of people are going to come on over to our side, but some are probably afraid because of their place of work, the town they're in, and the fact that we're all getting attacked when we have a Trump sticker or we're not wearing a mask.
Yeah. Absolutely. I have to concur with that because when there is a kind of element of brainwashing with being a Democrat, because I never considered myself to be a liberal because I was always pro-life and several other things. But when I first started to say, hey, this is not right, I disagreed with Barack Obama, I was afraid because, the majority of my audience were liberals and my message was kind of that ilk. So when you start to change your message and change your ideologies, you are going to risk rejection. But I think that a lot of people, it's going to be worth it for them to actually just come over and say, I'm done, because you do get to that point, don't you?
Well, I think the irony in all of this is we were told our whole lives that people on the right with their guns and their Bible are dangerous, right? I mean, that was always being fed to us, and I can say that because when I was in my early 20s, I was a liberal, and they always tried to brainwash you in that, but I started to wake up really when I started to see the violence that was happening. I mean, I had been awake for a while, but when the violence started is when I started to say to myself, these people are sick. They'll attack you. They'll try to shoot you. They'll run you over. They'll attack you at your place of work. They'll spread lies about you.
Absolutely.
These are just very soulless minds and hearts out there that we're talking about here, Xander. These are not normal people.
No.
And I don't know how this came about. I mean, I know it's like when I talk about the universities and our public schools, that's how you get it done. That's how this has been spread and how our kids have been brainwashed. But to see it at this kind of this extent and this big cloud of hatred that's over the United States of America, and they blame Trump. It has nothing to do with Trump.
Oh, Trump is to blame for everything. You stub your toe in the shower, damn that bad orange man. But I actually think that people are starting to see through it. As you know, I spend a lot of time on TikTok pissing off liberals and disagreeing with them. One of the things I'm noticing, even liberals are saying they're going and doing research and finding videos and saying, that's not what Donald Trump said. Because I mean, we're the same. We all need to be of the same ilk. If it's about facts, and the facts are different to that which is being purported, we have to say it, whichever side it's on. Because this is about right and wrong. It's not about left and right or blue or red, is it? Let's face it. Hi to Joseph. Welcome to the life.
No, it's not. And everybody should want to try to get the truth. I say that all the time. Why wouldn't you want to know? If it's the truth or not. And if you see it and you still align yourself with the left because you're a no good son of a bitch, that's your freedom. You can do that. I don't really care.
Absolutely.
But, try to see what's really going on out there. Because every single thing they do with Donald Trump, Xander, is it's just totally unacceptable. A president has never, ever been treated like this.
No.
And I think that they would, I'm not going to say it, but I think that they would wish
the
very worst on Trump and his family.
You're saying that they want him dead and they want his family dead. But that's apparent because when I hear them say, oh, effing Trump has to have security to go for golf and to go for this. Why does he need the effing security? Because you're threatening his life and you're threatening his family. I would want the security. Why should he pay for it? Why should he pay for that security when the threat is from the left?
Yeah, one of our morning shows, and I called in, and we were talking about Hunter Biden. This was probably 3-4 months ago, and we were discussing, Hunter Biden with this. I forgot what the name of that company he was involved with for the natural gas company there.
Burisma.
Yeah, and yes, and then as we're talking about Burisma, one of the very liberal callers started to make up, well, what about the Trump kids? And I'm like, it's such a stupid argument. What about the Trump kids? Show me where they're under investigation.
Right.
That's all the left does anymore. All they do is tit for tat nonsense. It's the same thing as when we're talking about Bill Clinton being on Epstein's private jet 24 times.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw it, but Don Jr. put it out. He tweeted, why isn't this the biggest story in America right now?
Yeah.
And he wrote about all the times Clinton got on the Lolita Express and went over to Pedophile Island. And then some of Clinton's henchmen came on and tried to prove and dispel what Don Jr. was saying. And all they did was embarrass themselves because everybody came back with the actual facts that he did go on multiple flights without the Secret Service.
Yep.
And that is not supposed to happen with a former president.
No, absolutely. I saw a clip today of Don Jr. on The View with Kimberly Guilfoyle. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. And those bitches on The View were saying, oh, well, the thing is that, you guys have been making off the presidency. You've been making from your hotels. And Don turned around and said, I don't know if you knew this, but we've been in the hotel industry for many, many years. So that's how the family makes their money. So it is that petty.
Xander, you know what it is? You know why they hate Trump and his family? Because Trump and his family represent everything that they despise with our country. They hate success. They hate a good-looking family. Well, let's be honest, just to put it out there, they hate Christians. They hate white people. They hate men. They hate anybody that thinks in a different kind of way, and it's none of their business what Don Jr. is doing unless it's criminal activity.
Exactly.
And both him and his brother Eric, Xander, they do a lot of work for pediatric cancer, and they do a lot of work for St. Jude, and they do a lot of work out there with minorities that are basically, trying to have some sort of semblance of a family unit with a program that they have with Mike Gallagher, where they send these kids from the minority communities that have no fathers because their father's in jail, and the Trump kids send them to camp, summer camp.
Right, absolutely.
Nobody talks about that, though.
No, Haji Yazoo just joined the live feed. Welcome. I heard some gossip about Donald Trump today. It actually made me cry when I heard it, and I'm going to tell you now very quickly. I'm not sure how far back it was, but there was a kid in Israel that couldn't be flown to America because he needed kind of breathing apparatus for the whole of the journey. So do you know what Donald Trump did? Sorry, I'm probably going to get emotional again now. He flew his private jet over there and brought the kid back over with all the medical stuff and paid for it. But this is the big bad orange man. The singer from American Idol, the black girl, when her family was shot up, he put them up in Trump Tower and paid for stuff. Jennifer Hudson. So the thing is that, he says some things that people find really offensive, but this man has a heart. This man has a heart for the United States.
He does. He does. And Xander, in the 90s, his limousine had a flat. They had big problems with the limousine. I believe there's something else too. A mechanic pulled over and helped them out and fixed the car up. And Donald said, how much? And he said, no, it's all right. Don't worry about it. Just, do, what do they call it when you pass it along?
Yeah.
Basically, and pay it forward, right?
Yeah.
So this guy was going to lose his house. He couldn't afford the mortgage. He was really struggling, and I believe at the time the economy in the United States wasn't great. He was going to try to get an extension on the mortgage. Donald Trump paid his mortgage, paid the house off, paid everything off for this guy without telling him.
Yeah,
that's our president.
That's one of the things that I knew about that. Sorry, I was just looking at all the goat stuff since Dave joined. Welcome, Dave. We missed you last week.
That'll make you laugh.
Don't know where you got to, buddy. It's hard to keep serious about stuff when people are talking about goats' lives matter and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know.
The thing is, for me, at the end of the day, I'm tired of people telling me Donald Trump is not perfect. Do you know what? I know Donald Trump is far from perfect. I'm sure there are many things in his past that I would find abhorrent. But what we should be basing our judgment on Donald Trump with regard to right now is his behavior during his term of office and his success during his term of office. Because anything else is really just not even relevant. I don't care what he said on Twitter. I don't care who he's pissed off. Because you know what it says to me is, and I say this about myself, if I'm pissing people off, I'm making a difference. So Donald Trump is really making a difference. So I think we need to, people are always trying to engage me on, Donald Trump did this 35 years ago. Donald Trump did that 40 years ago. I don't care. Let's base our assessment of Donald Trump on what he's done while he's been in office. Pre-COVID, the economy was the best it had ever been. Highest black unemployment ever. Lowest black unemployment ever. What more do people actually want? He doesn't have a magic wand, but he has a skill.
And Xander, the Democrat Party, they took the economy down. They did. They took the economy down. We're actually having some pretty good numbers right now, but the Democrat Party is the one to blame. It's not Donald Trump.
No.
He had this country moving forward. Like I said, is it Obama's economy again now? They were more than willing to say it was because of Barack Obama when the economy was doing great.
Right.
There's such a double standard.
There is.
About, Trump isn't perfect. I'm sorry that King Hussein was.
Yeah.
And it's not even kind of like hyperbole, Xander. I remember Chris Matthews calling him perfect on the television. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Well, there was only one.
Matthews called Barack Obama perfect.
Yeah. There was only one that was perfect, as I can recall, and they even crucified him. And don't write in and say I'm likening Donald Trump to Jesus, because I'm not. Donald Trump is far from, a comparative to Jesus. The thing is, for me, at the end of the day, the left has absolutely nothing right now. Hi to Marin, who just joined the live feed. They've got nothing right now. So all they have.
You can only compare George Floyd to Jesus.
Yeah, I forgot about that. All that the left has right now is conjecture and fear. They have no leadership. They have no policies. They have nothing of substance to offer America. And their candidate is a lying, dementing, pedophile money launderer. Do we actually, when you stand Donald Trump next to Joe Biden, regardless of how many years Joe Biden is. Joe Biden, 40 years in public office. Donald Trump, 3.5. Donald Trump has done more in 3.5 years than Joe Biden has done in 40. You know why? Because Donald Trump actually loves America and American people. And do you know what I saw today? A hashtag, and we all need to start using this. Beijing Biden. Because Biden is in China's pocket. China is in their pocket. And I saw Beijing Biden as a hashtag, and I thought, do you know what? That is absolute perfection. This guy is Beijing Biden.
And if he is elected, we will be at the feet of China again. I mean, it's only going to happen. All he does is speak glowingly of China. He'll never say a bad word about China. The media is just as guilty with it. We have a dementing candidate running for the presidency of the United States of America, Xander, but I will tell you, he pretty much does represent the Democrat Party. He's got no solutions.
Yeah.
He won't answer to the American people. You get no time from him. And, a lot of the Democrat pundits out there are saying, well, that's all he has to do, and Trump will beat himself. I don't think so. And you know what? If that's their measure of a man that's running for the highest office in this country, it's really pathetic, actually.
It is. I would even say, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I wouldn't be surprised if liberals are actually behind the China virus. I wouldn't be surprised if they've paid some mofo. Oh, I nearly swore then. Some not nice person to cook it up in a lab. And if you get it from eating all bats, why does Bill Clinton not have it? There's a question for you.
Well, that's true. Xander, you're a lot closer than you think. I do believe that the Democrat Party let this virus in and let it get out of hand.
I do.
Because if you go back to all of their statements, even with drunken Nancy Pelosi, saying go into Chinatown, have a meal, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But think about this. Donald Trump restricted all those flights coming in for China for a reason. Gotten the information about COVID-19 the same way Nancy Pelosi did.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And Donald Trump closed things down, closed the country, flights to the country before even one case of COVID in the United States of America. And this ideology that he's handled it badly, let's look at the advice he's had. The World Health Organization lied because they're in China's pockets. The CDC are more interested in selling vaccines. That needs to be closed down. The CDC needs to be closed down. So they have failed us as well. And I think given, I'm sorry for anyone that's died, but as Professor Carol Sikora has said, on a number of occasions, anyone that's died of the China virus would have died this year anyway because their immunity was so low. But I'm still sorry for those people. They were people with families. So the thing is, at the end of the day, to blame President Trump for this is like, me blaming, I don't know, blaming you for not losing as much weight as I want to lose, even though I've lost a lot of weight. Do you know what I mean? It's that freaking ridiculous.
Right. Well, Xander, the sad part is most of the shows that I listen to, including yours, and I'll listen to Michael Savage and some others while I'm driving around. None of them are saying that this COVID-19 is just a made-up virus.
No.
I've never said that.
No.
You've never said that.
No.
He has never said it. Brian has never said it. But the left paints it as that's what we are saying. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is the information we are getting is bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely. And Donald Trump never said that the coronavirus was fake. He said the left's response to the coronavirus was fake. And it absolutely is, because what they've done, they've taken people's fear. Sorry, I did the white power sign again. It's a perfection symbol for me.
I know, it's just we're racist.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Oh, yeah, I'm a total white supremacist. That's why I only sleep with black guys. The thing is, ultimately, for me, what they have done with this, they've compounded people's fear and they've used it to their advantage because they've got nothing else. Yeah. Absolutely. I just want to read this comment very quickly. Marin says that Fauci and Bill Gates and Barack Obama just moved up, were seen at the Wuhan laboratory in China at least a year before the impeachment of Donald Trump. I think I know these thugs were complicit behind concocting the virus. I'd never heard that before, but it wouldn't surprise me, Marin. Would that surprise you?
No.
No.
No, it doesn't surprise me. I heard something about it, and I saw a picture. Of course, I need to look into it a little more. No offense to the person that just stated that fact.
Yeah.
But I saw something earlier today, and I'm going to look a little. But you know what? Even if that's not true, Xander, what we had was basically Chinese spies coming onto our shores and sending off vials of this.
We lost you for a second there, buddy.
I think it had something to do with COVID-19.
Oh,
You can't tell me it doesn't. And now you can't find the guy.
And then they have the audacity to blame American soldiers. You see, this is the cut for me. You can tell how patriotic someone is. If they're willing to put the needs and the reputation of China over American people. When I hear liberals saying, oh, it was American soldiers, I want to kick them in the face, because you know what? These soldiers go every time to protect us and keep us safe and give us the opportunity to have the safe life that we have. And then they respond to them this way, and they're doing the same to the police. Do you know what? I actually pray that Dr. Gerard Lamiro was right and that the Democrats will be over, because I would welcome back
they should be.
the original Democrats, of 20 years ago, even 20, 25 years ago. The Democrats were a different being back then. And that's the Democrats that I could have been a part of. I mean, obviously that ship has sailed.
That's been long gone, Xander.
Yeah.
And, the fact of the matter is that type of Democrat is now either an independent or a Republican.
Exactly.
Because I'll tell you one thing, John F. Kennedy would not be a Democrat today.
No.
There's no way.
Oh, God, no.
Not with the policies that he believed in. It's just what really drives me nuts with what you just said about our military and our police. They'll say things like that, but then if they get any story that comes out of the New York Times having to do with Russians killing Americans and saying that Donald Trump looked the other way, which was bull.
Yeah,
he never got the information, first of all. And they try to act like they're out there and they're fighting for the United States military. And it's bullshit. They hate anybody that goes overseas to fight for our country. That's been proven time and time again. It was proven in Vietnam when they spit on all the veterans coming home. They have not changed.
No, they haven't. I'm sorry, buddy. I could talk all night, but I gotta leave it there because our guest is going to be coming on any minute. But tell people where they can
Absolutely.
find you and find out more about Freedom on Deck, which goes out Sundays 3 till 5 on.
It's going to be on 94.9 News Now and Stimulating Talk FM radio, but you're probably not in Connecticut or Long Island, so what you do on Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, that's New York Standard Time, come over to freedomondeck.com, click Listen Live. And this week, we're actually having the first time we're having Swoop on the show with us. One of Xander's great guests coming on Freedom on Deck this weekend. It's going to be pretty cool, Xan.
Absolutely. I recommend you check that out, not just because my buddy Swoop is on, but it's a great show every single week. Listen, thank you so much for now, my good friend Chet Martin from Freedom on Deck. Speak to you soon, buddy. Take care.
Yep. God bless.
God bless you too, my brother. And God bless America. Thank you so much to Chet Martin for calling in. I'm going to start the introduction for my next guest now. He's the host of Go Right News, and he's Peter Boykin. He's becoming a regular on our show. You should really check out his show. It is really is a sight to behold. Make sure you check him out at gorightnews.com. Also on Facebook, you can find him at Go Right News. Swoop says he's looking forward to going on Chet's show. Absolutely, it's always good. Jenny says, my brother was spit on. Thank God we were there to lift him up. See, I don't get this. And I haven't forgotten people like, oh God, what is her name? Jane Fonda, and her response to the vets. It disgusts me that people, Swoop Dog, it disgusts me that people respond in this way to those that fight for our freedoms. And, even with the police, they're out there every day fighting for our freedom. How many more people do you think are going to want to be recruited next year for the police force? Because I don't think there's going to be many. All of the industries are dropping, the public service industries, doctors, nurses, because they're all abused. They're all treated badly. They're all not paid well. Yes, absolutely. Chet says that Jenny's brother is a hero. He absolutely is, and we thank him for his service. I'm just waiting for Peter to call in. I'm hoping he hasn't forgotten. Let's come back to the live feed. I hate Facebook. It really is behaving weirdly lately. That's right, Chris. Hanoi Jane. I was scrambling for that name. That's what they called her, Hanoi Jane, and it was perfect. So we have Hanoi Jane, and nowadays we have Beijing Biden. So let's get that hashtag trending, folks. Beijing Biden. And yes, I did have to look up how to spell Beijing, but it's Beijing. Beijing Biden. Let's get that hashtag trending. Don't know who Chris is calling a dirty bitch. I hope it's not me. Hi to Carlo. I think I said hi to you already, but just in case I didn't, I just wanted to go backwards in the feed just to check something out. Marin says it was on Facebook. You couldn't have missed it, even though it was a couple of months ago. But I am good at remembering details like this. But the record of this photo has been deleted for obvious reasons. It's so unlike Facebook to delete things. I actually got a thing this week on Facebook. Now, I know you guys know that I'm funny. I'm a comedian. I'm all of these things. But I am respectful, to a point. They actually tried to get me for 2 violations this week because they said I'd shared pictures that contained sexual acts or nudity. Can you believe this? They are really scraping the freaking barrel. I really am tired of Facebook. And as you know, I've been banned for 3 months broadcasting on my Xander Gibb page. And it's like they're trying to add time onto that because they want to stop my show. And when they want to stop your show, it is for a reason. We are just waiting for Peter Boykin to call in. I hope he's not going to be tardy again tonight, or it will be he'll be getting his papers this time. Carla says, me too. I'm sure she's not talking about the Me Too. So are you saying Boner Biden, Chris, or Bonner Biden? Because either is, acceptable. So what do you guys think to that? Facebook trying to ban me for saying I shared nudity. I mean, what do they think that I am trying to do here? I am sitting up at 1 a.m. till 2 a.m. in the morning in the United Kingdom because I am a patriotic American that loves my country. And even though I'm unable to live there right now, I actually want it to be in the best hands possible. The best hands possible right now is Donald Trump for the next 4 years. I actually heard a very interesting suggestion for who should be running in 2024 when our president will have finished his second term. And that was Kayleigh McEnany. What do you guys think about that? For Kayleigh for president? That would be great to have her as the first woman president. Apparently, the short list is down to 11 for VP for Joe Biden. It's kind of interesting that they want this based upon the color of the person's skin rather than their suitability to do the job. But isn't that the left all over? Chet says Biden is so cool, even hate it when it shoots up when I'm reading. Biden is so cool, he even named his bus the No Malarkey Express. Totally hip dude. Shouldn't that be hip replacement? Marin says he was in Facebook jail this week for just sharing too much stuff with too many people on Messenger. That's very typical of them. They're banning people for silly things. Chris says, I think it's Boner. All right, okay, that's how you spell it. So Boner Biden, Chris is going with. Chet says, no, she's too young and she wouldn't win. I'm just throwing it out there to see what you guys think. I'm wondering where our guest is. And if he doesn't call very soon, I might take some more calls and we can kick him into touch. Because we don't have tardy guests on this show. We only have the best. There you go. Hashtag Boner Biden and hashtag Beijing Biden. Kind of take your pick. The thing I think is really sad about the fact that they're still pushing Biden out there at the moment is the man is ill. And, we should actually look at that and we should feel sorry for that, but not to the point where we vote for him just because, the man is ill. What does it say about the Democrats still pushing Joe Biden out there when he doesn't even know his own name? He doesn't even know who his wife is. And the ideology that someone else is going to speak for him at the debates. I mean, I am getting popcorn together for the debates. I don't think we're going to get my guest to call in, so I'm gonna start on the next segment because I won't be rushing. Former Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang has a warning for President Donald Trump ahead of any debates with former Vice President Joe Biden. Joe's going to clean his crock. No, sorry, he said Joe's going to clean his clock, whatever that means. Nothing will hold him back from doing that, he said. We'll be sure to buy the dementing pedo money launderer some Windex. Yang, who noted he's been on the debate stage with Biden, warned the GOP's image of Biden is going to backfire. When the American people see the contrast between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, it's going to be a very tough case for the president to make, Yang said. I guess he means that Trump can finish the sentence and knows who his wife is. The presidential debates are currently scheduled for September 29th, October 15th, and October 27th, with a vice presidential debate set for October 7th. All I can say is, guys, get stocked up on your Jiffy Pop. So what we need to do is we need to have a little bit of a wager to see what we think about how this is going to go down, because I don't think they're going to let him debate. Because let's face it, he can't handle it. Even just the things with his earpiece and stuff like that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but apparently you can't do the debates with a teleprompter. I'm not sure if you can have notes, but I know you can't have an earpiece. Yes, he is late every week. If he's not on in a couple of minutes, he ain't coming on. Dave says, I wonder if Biden wears pants while on his videos calls and does his blonde hair legs stand up. Wasn't that an odd thing to say? What, doesn't that sound really creepy? You know, people say that Donald Trump, our president Donald Trump, gives the crazy names to people. But that is rather creepy to say that you let kids touch your legs while you're in the swimming pool. Nah, I'm an openly gay man, and I think that you should never put yourself in a position where people can point the finger. I mean, let's face it, there's pictorial evidence of this guy being inappropriate with girls. I mean, I wouldn't sniff anyone's hair. You know, if one of my friends said, oh, I have this new cologne, have a smell of this, you know, smell me, and, you know, they put their head towards you, that's one thing, but you can't just go up to someone and sniff their hair. It's inappropriate. Chris says he doesn't wear his pants while he's doing his video chats with his granddaughter. That's Chris saying that, not me, so you know who to sue. Jamie says, so you guys don't think Hillary will step in at the last minute? I'm not sure. I have two ideologies. Either he's going to have the linebacker that wears dresses and is also known as Michelle Obama, and then that means she can slip in and become president, which I don't like the idea of that either. Or apparently, although you can't run for president for a second time, apparently Barack Hussein Gaylord Obama could run as the VP. So that will be, that would be a bit of a kick in the rubber parts. Carla said she wouldn't be surprised. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of, throw something in at the last minute, a bit of a curveball. Yes, as I'm sure he wears Depends diapers because he forgot to go pee-pee and poo-poo. You know, that look on his face when he goes like this, it's like he's saying, my diaper needs changing. Okay, I'm going to do this last story because, I'm not waiting for rude people. So everything's bigger in Texas, apparently, including, as of today, Sleepy Joe Biden's campaign staff. He announced a slate of staff hires aimed at flipping the historical conservative Lone Star state, last won by a Democrat presidential candidate in 1976 by Jimmy Carter. Now, the Biden campaign insists it pushes for the state's electoral college votes is real. We're quite serious about putting Texas in play. Jen Ritter, the campaign's national sales director, said recently. Increasingly, we are seeing polls that show that there is a real opportunity for us. 6 Texas Democrats operatives have already been hired, led by the state director, Rebecca Acuna, who was raised in Laredo and has worked in various roles in the state of congressional politics. Along with the suburban voters, the campaign hopes to capitalize on the series of competitive congressional races across the state and focuses on turning out African-American voters. But will Texans be black enough to vote for Biden in Texas? I mean, what do you guys think? Texas has been a stronghold for Republicans for many years now. And I don't think that Biden is the guy to turn it. I don't think that Biden is competition enough for Donald Trump, for conservatives, for Republicans in the state of Texas. I think it would take somebody far bigger to kind of come and take that away. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think that there are some states that are a natural given with regards to the Republicans winning it. And I think Texas is one of them. What I would love to see in my lifetime, and I'm sure many of my fellow New Yorkers would echo this too, and that is I would love to see my fellow New Yorkers turn around and say, we've been screwed around by the Democrats for too long, and what we're going to do now is we're going to flip the state red, and we're going to get rid of Cuomo, the nursing home killer, and Bill de Blasardio, who ignores his wife misappropriating public funds, and actually bring in some New York Republicans. I tried to find them. I don't think Manhattan has very many Republican representatives because they're all upstate, and that worries me. Statler and Waldorf. What's that? It's all very sad, Chet. I think ultimately, although I don't like to use this term because I kind of feel like people think, oh, well, I don't need to go out and vote. Let me make this very clear, folks. We all need to vote. Even people that are not living in the country, make sure that you've got your international votes sorted out. This is the most imperative election of our lifetime. I thought it was last time, but it's even more imperative this time. Because if the Democrats get a stronghold in the United States now, and they win this next election, America is over. You've seen already how willing Joe Biden is to sell out the country, and so are all of the Democrats. They even the globalists, even Bush was a part of this, making sure that all the pharmaceuticals were made in other countries so that there was a level of control that we had no chance of shifting. But thanks to President Trump, that's actually happening now, that pharmaceutical production is coming back to the United States. And that happened somewhat here in the UK too, because all of the manufacturing was done in Europe, where it's possible to do it in the UK. And the food stocks were controlled very much by Europe. You know, they put in all these things about farming and fishing and all of these other things. You see, the thing is that I'm a nationalist, and that's been bastardized because it's been used by people like the National Front. A nationalist, for me, is basically loving your country and putting your country above any other. And I don't think that anybody does that is actually bad. But that includes everybody, regardless of the color of your skin, regardless of your sex, sexuality, gender, or anything else. Nationalism is about taking pride in your country and ensuring that your country and the people of your country are put first, which we know the Democrats are doing. The Democrats actually care more about non-Americans than they do Americans, and that is a worry for me. We are in the last few minutes of the show. What else did I want to tell you? Chris says nothing wrong with being national. No, absolutely. We have to put America first and the UK first, because when we do that, everything else will fall into place. Not saying we shouldn't help other people and we shouldn't help other countries, but it should be procedural. Even when I was a Democrat, I remember the ideology of the Republicans, and I remember them saying, we will fix immigration, but we have to secure the border first. And even as a Democrat, I could see that that was a viable way to do it. Chris says he puts himself first. I think we all do. Yes says, I still say many will secretly vote for Trump. I think that they will too. Chet says that's why they want to open the borders to replace us. I absolutely agree. They do want to do that because they have more control. But here's the thing. I saw this recently, and I have to share this as a final point. The left and some immigrants, not all, have this ideology that America is so bad. If America is so bad, why are you encouraging people to move here? Why are you letting people come across the border illegally if America is so bad? America is the best country in the world, bar none, as well as the United Kingdom. I have to say that because it's my home too. But ultimately, God bless Donald Trump and God bless America, because we really need it right now. We are at the end of the show. Thanks for everyone who's made today's show possible. I'm sorry my guest didn't turn up, but I don't think we'll be having him back because we need reliable people coming on the show. Thanks to Chet for calling and We need to have a name for Chet's segment when he calls in. We'll have to work on that. We'll have to call it Martin's Moment. Chris says, I still try and help the... I don't know what that word is. Pochari? I don't know what that is. Jamie's saying good night, and I'm saying good night too. Not had your fill of the Gibster. You can catch me 5 nights a week, 5 Pacific, 7 Central, 8 Eastern, 1 in the UK, and 10 a.m. down there in Australia the next day. Join us tomorrow for more scintillating chat when Tony Lasacco joins us. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Stay you. Vote Donald Trump. Please share the show. And I really do love you all. I've been Xander Gibb, and God bless America.
It has been good to me this time around. Things were bound to change when it was found. Sugar never tasted sweeter on my lips. My heart is now intact, and I can find no ribs. This is love, yeah, love. Never known true love before. Seen so many counterfeits that left me on the floor. This is love, yeah, love. All will come to those who wait. Time it cannot know the bounds, and era don't dictate.
Click the bell button and subscribe to keep up with the Xander Gibb Show. Oh yes, sirree.